As someone who's set up a few LLCs in my day, a few small businesses, both that I have owned and run with some other people, I wish I'd had this book earlier. This is the Uncomplicated LLC Guide for Beginners. A few things that I really, really like about this book and kind of what it walks you through. It basically goes step by step on how to set up an LLC. Every state's a little bit different. The cost is a little bit different. The paperwork is a little bit different, but it's mostly the same. But a few things that I didn't even think about when I did, our first LLC 20 years ago or whatever. I didn't even think about the bank and why that matters, right? So depending on the kind of business that you have, if you have products, if you have shipping, if you have all of these different things, what kind of bank you have matters. And that's what I love about this, right? Is finding the right bank. And so this is in chapter 3, right? Talk about setting up your bank account with the LLC. Looking for the right bank, what you need to look for. And so I wanted to just share some of this, right? Is deciding between a checking, savings, or credit account is crucial because checking account, right, is obviously easier for day-to-day transactions, paying bills, different things like that. But you also want to have a savings account to potentially pay your employees, to take your cut or your share of the business or whatever, but then also potentially credit to, again, depending on your business, order supplies, inventory, different things like that. I think one of the things that we didn't think about when we did this a long time ago is how much the rates were, how much the fees were, how much it cost to borrow money. We didn't get into the fine details. And yes, we lost a little bit, not a ton, but those, at the very beginning of a business, you want to make sure that you have those. So the book is really well organized. Again, Robert's done a great job of organizing. The other thing that I really, really liked, hold on, I have it marked here. Is managing your LLC. What type of business leader are you going to be with your LLC? It's different than being a manager, right? How are you going to handle conflicts when they come up? If you have a partner, how is that resolved? When you originally formed that, is it 50-50, 51-49, 75-25, whatever it is? If you can create all of those things before those things happen, because they're going to happen, you're going to have conflicts in a business. Anywhere there is money involved, conflict usually follows. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're about ready to make this next step, it's one of the things I really, really like. I think the other thing that I really, really liked that he talked about, this is a little bit more modern, is obviously how technology can help your LLC business, the way that it's structured, software tools, whether those are banking, billing, processing, your merchant account, your payment account, if you have a, kind of storefront, or if you're just online, your e-commerce strategy, whatever those strategies are, there's a whole chapter in this book. And so I don't want to give away the whole book, but highly recommend the Uncomplicated LLC Guide for Beginners by Robert Portugal. Pick one up as soon as you can. It'll help you out a lot.